If you tell yourself you're going to do something by a certain date and that day comes and goes, I would invite you to look at the fact that your body thinks that you're a liar. I just left like 20 minutes worth of voice messages of this in my mentorship, and I want to do like a high level here. There's a couple different ways that in my experience, has really helped me jump this. And yes, I have raging ADHD. And yes, I think a lot of people will use that as an excuse of like, oh, well, it's just the ADHD, it's just the squirrel brain. But I think that it could be much deeper than that, at least if you're anything like me. So some examples that I gave that can really, really help you move through this is start listening to your bodily functions, number one. And if this is not something that you struggle with, you're not going to understand it. But do you, when you're thirsty, get a drink of water? When you're hungry, do you get something to eat? When you have to go to the bathroom, are you going to the bathroom? Or are you always telling yourself that it can wait or you have to finish something? What's happening like in your body physiologically is you are telling yourself that it's not safe. Because if you were safe, you would be going to the bathroom or you'd be getting a drink or you're getting something to eat. So the fact that you're not, you're telling your body that it's not safe, which means that your body is going into, fight, flight, fawn, or freeze without you even realizing it. You might just be doing emails, but your body thinks that it's not safe. This is why when you have to pee or you're really thirsty or you're hungry and you wait long enough, you no longer have to pee. You no longer are thirsty because your brain has turned off that sensation because it thinks that a saber-toothed tiger or a woolly mammoth or something from the caveman days is going to come get you. So your brain has gone, it's not safe. We cannot do those things. We are in danger. So now your body is you're doing emails, okay? Or maybe you're filming social media content, but your body is marking that as danger. So now doing emails, danger. Now doing social media, danger. And we wonder why like so many things come up and we have so many blocks to so many different things as entrepreneurs. But anyway, that's a huge thing is, are you listening to your body's physical needs? This is something that I struggled with for years. I was always like hold on, let me just finish doing this thing and then I'll go to the bathroom, and then 4 hours went by. Number 2, keeping the little promises to yourself, okay? So if you, the night before, you're like, I have to do this, this, and this in the morning, and then you don't do those things, you're lying to yourself. So you are teaching your brain, that it can't trust anything you say. It can't trust your intuition. It can't trust what you say you're going to do because you don't keep your promise to yourself. And using these words like lying might be triggering for you. I had to use these words of keeping promises to myself and that I was lying in order for me to help make these changes, because the triggering words helped me make those changes. And so I had to realize I was a liar to myself. I kept my promises to everybody else, but to myself, hardly ever. And I did not realize that I was causing all of this subconscious damage of that. Of course, when I said, oh yeah, I'm going to do that thing for myself, it never came. I'm going to start working out. I'm going to start eating better. I'm going to start drinking more water, going to bed earlier, less scrolling, whatever it is. You're a liar to yourself. So why would your brain ever believe that? So if you're struggling with like, oh yeah, I make these goals and I make these things and I just like don't follow through, this could be a huge reason because your brain thinks that you're a liar. So one way that I found to help combat that is speaking things out loud. Because a lot of times we might be thinking of to-do list or things that we have going on, and we don't even realize that our brain is like, well, if you don't do this, you're a liar, right? Like, because it's all happening subconsciously. So something that has helped me is saying things out loud. So the night before, if I'm like, oh, I have to get orders out, I have to reply to that customer, I have to do this, and I have to do all of that before I hop on a call or before I, go on my daily walk. If I don't do those things, then again, we're clocking it as we're being a liar. So what I do is I'll say those things out loud and then wait and feel in my body, like, how do I feel? Am I constrictive? Am I neutral? Am I like, oh yeah, I can get that done? And then I will literally have a conversation with myself, okay? I'll have a conversation back and forth of being like, why? Why do I feel like that? And then my brain might go, because tomorrow is whatever, I don't know, you have to drop off cupcakes at the school. And then I'm like, oh yeah. And so this is how you can set yourself up for better success. Of if you are struggling with being able to hold and keep promises to yourself, start saying what you have to do out loud and then see if you actually can get it done. Because if you're just telling your brain, oh, these are all the things I have to do before 10 a.m. and it's physically impossible for you to get them done before 10 a.m., you're literally setting yourself up for failure and teaching your brain, I'm a liar, I'm a liar, I'm a liar. And then when something important happens, or an important phone call you're supposed to make, or, refill that prescription, of course you forget about it because you have trained your brain for years that what you say doesn't matter and it's irrelevant. Another thing that has helped me is if I'm not sure when I can get something done, but I know that I have to get it done tomorrow, is I will make it very clear. I will say that. I will say, these are the things I have to get done at some point tomorrow. Because if I say in the morning, or if I say before I hop on my calls and I don't do it, again, you're just telling your brain, telling yourself that you're a liar, your words cannot be trusted. So these are some things that have made a huge difference in my life. And the more that I've done this, the more my intuition has come back in line, the more things I'm able to remember, the more seriously I take due dates, because now my brain believes me. Now my brain does not classify me as a liar. My brain is like, oh yeah, no, if she says she's going to go on a walk tomorrow morning, she's going to go on a walk tomorrow morning, which also, as a side note, completely helps your decision making the day of, because you've already established, no, I'm going on my walk. It's no longer a, should I go on my walk? Do I have time? Do I have to do this? No, you're not a liar anymore. So when you say you're going to go on a walk in the morning and you wake up in the morning, your brain is not trying to say, are we still going on a walk? Because your brain has locked in, no, we are going on a walk because we are honest and we keep the truth and we tell ourselves the truth and we honor our own promises to ourselves. So anyway, hopefully this was helpful, and hopefully this gives you, some of my fellow raging ADHDers, some hope, because it's not just ADHD, it's the subconscious mind. And if you can help with that, you are going to absolutely help your forgetfulness and your, it's squirrel brain. It's not just squirrel brain. It's also just because your brain straight up doesn't believe what you say to yourself.